Welcome to the live Q&A on a Tuesday night with the community and me and the Carp Dog for our live question answer, where we try and help you with your questions and queries to help you put more fish on the bank. If you're watching the playback, then welcome as well. And what normally happens for about 45 minutes to an hour, the whole community asks questions, I give advice, everyone gives reviews, everything like that. And it's just a bit of fun for about an hour to try and help put more fish on the bank for you this winter. A few of the guys are coming in now. Evening, Franco, Peter Runnels, Dean Cousins, Roy, Brian Mills, T800, evening, Ian Chaddock. Oh, look. Carp Dog's in the house, look. Bless him. He wants to get back in the bag, look, go on then, look. He's doing what he does best, getting in the bag. Bless him, eh? Bless his little cottons. Evening, Tommy Atkins, Carp Addict, Paul H, RGA, Hire. Look at him, Lewis Maguire. Welsh Carp Catchers, Andrew Oakley. Evening to all of you, Gildris, Ben Wallace, Dylan B. We've got 100 people in the house already. Good to see you all on this Tuesday evening. Is any of you guys out there on the bank tonight? Anyone out there braving this little bit of milder weather that we got at the moment? Evening, Ian Smith. I'm on the Park Lake tonight. Evening, Sean Castle. I'm good, Lee Parsons. Brad Asseter, good to see you, mate. Oh, Dominic Carp was out yesterday, 3 commas to 30.5 pounds. Well done, Dominic. Luke Harvey will be out Sunday. Good luck for then. Paul Nixon's freezing his chuddies off where he is. Singles again. Well, no, actually, he's got a big carp here. I've put out about 40 little 10 millers that I've marinated in the hemp oil and the liver powder. I've sprayed them all over the area over my 3 rods. Anthony Broadbent's going to listen to football. Good for you, mate. Overnight on Sunday for Colin Osborne. Mike Rose says, awesome timing with the live stream. Now, just watched Mark's pictures and now I get to watch you before the Champions League. There you go. Brilliant, Mike, isn't it? I'll give a big shout out to Ian Smith's son, Lewis. Evening, Christy. Evening, Roy Gifford. Water temperature is 7.4 degrees today, so it's warmed up a little bit. I shall be at the Brentwood show in January, Michael Swinger asks. Gareth Price, good to see you. Oh, Shane Cooper says he's currently sat by the lake, only doing a couple of hours, and had a mint common. Water temp is down to 4.9 degrees now. Oh, blimey, that is cold, isn't it? That's almost freezing. Once it gets down to about 4, it'd be freezing. Yeah, I reckon so, Braz Asseter. Wait till them 80 mile an hour freezing winds have gone. Tom Keys asked, the hemp oil work okay in low temperatures? Definitely. Hemp oil has probably got the lowest boiling point of all oils, which means basically it's like -15 before it starts congealing, so it's absolutely perfect for winter fishing. Francis Burton, shout out to you, mate. Yep, cold one tonight, but I've got the Coleman on, so I'm keeping nice and snugly. Not sure whether I'll be at the carpet on yet, Ian. I won't know probably till about February. Evening, Peter Fuller. Peter Fuller says, evening, Leon, a Carp Dog. He's just done 24 hours. And blank, do you wash your net out with disinfectant after each trip? No, what I do is, when I go to the lake, I dip my net then. I dry it out thoroughly, then I dip it. Hi Brian, evening Leo. Was in the tackle box in Dartford today. Summit tackle, bits and pieces are -13% except the pods. If any of you guys are looking for some bits and bobs, there you go. That's what it's called, lowest boiling point, Brian Mills. It's a technical thing on the spec sheet That's what they call it, a boiling point. So it's plus, say, 80 degrees or 100 degrees, whatever it is, and you have a low boiling point, which is minus. It's just what they call it. Evening, Colin Marriott. Yes, Brian Mills. Tom Ashby says, can you use particle winters? That's the best time to use particles, I think, Tom. Haven't had anything yet, Mike, but you never know. No, Tim, I've swapped over. Tim asked, am I still on the hinge stiff rigs? No, because the water temperature's dropped so much, I'm on little 10mm pink and white System X pop-ups with a little maggot cluster in the top on combi rigs, combi pop-up rigs. Paul Edwards says, just started fishing, your channel's been loads of help, fancy giving me lessons. That's what the channel's for, Paul. Hi Tim Daly. I'm keeping on, Graham Turner. Tom Ashby says, what's the reason behind that? Well, because the water temperature's dropped, or are you talking about particles? Get back to me if it's the particles. Yep, Dave Muddle, Perfection Loop, Info Leon, yep. Lucas Wilder says, what do you think on the 83-pound mirror from Wigham? Well, that fish obviously isn't very well. That's not spawn. What that is, that's got a kidney infection. So just like a human, it's just retaining its water. Its kidneys aren't working right and they're not getting rid of the water. Particle. Tom Ashby asked, well, my answer was that I use particles more in the winter because they're more digestible. They're small little bits of food and they're a lot more digestible than, say, a fish meal boilie, for instance. It can do, Mark Hopes. I've actually changed my rig from a pop-up being that high to now it's only that high. Hannes Vermaak, he's from South Africa. Martin always says, what's Mrs B made you tonight? I just had a lovely korma curry again with salad and a couple of naan breads. Wayne Norris Foss, evening fella, what did you use to draw the design on the kettle, or is it engraved? It's engraved, I'll show it. Look, there's a spoon of death. The spoon of death. But there's the kettle. Don't know if you can see that there. No, you probably can't see it very well. But yeah, a guy called Jamie Smith did that for me from Carpy Kettles. He's got a Facebook page. George Vane Carp says, evening Leon, loving that black chicken hoodies, it's bloody amazing, thank you very much. Don't forget guys, if you haven't got one of these, you've got till about the 14th of December when the last postal date is, last order before guaranteed Christmas delivery. You go on to my website www.leoncarper.com. Evening Rooster. Lloyd Simcock, evening. Marco says, do you really think that carp see colour in deep water? I'm not sure they do see colour. What they'd see is shades. Tim Daly says, Leon, I'm on a one-dayer tomorrow. What's the best tactics? Look for a bite. Use little tiny pop-ups or a little bit of pepperami or maggots on the hook with a little tiny little bag about the size of a 50p piece, and just look for an area on the back of the wind and see if you can, or look for where they're showing, see if you can get one. Tom. Evening Lloyd Satchel. Ian Smith says he's fishing a weedy lake on the Johnny Mac rig, but I'm using an 8-inch hook link. What's your views on this? Don't think it really matters. I mean, I use about a 10-inch to a 12-inch, but if it's really weedy and you're lying over a bit of weed, then an 18-inch, it's not going to make a lot of difference. It's the actual rig which is making a difference for me. Oh yes, Matthew, you ordered the wrong size, didn't you? No problem, Tim. Yes, Graham Turner. He says, take it, my curry is like the particle mix. Go straight through, most certainly. Dominic Carter says, the back-to-back grinner. That's what I use for everything, i.e. attaching 2 bits of line for doing me leader knots, for doing me combi rig from amnesia to braid. I use a back-to-back grinner. Graham the Dodge Green says, how many times have you ran in work to say you're sick but you was actually in your bivvy? Lots of times, Graham, lots of times when I was younger. I tell you, the best excuse I ever heard, Graham, Now guys, remember this, if you're out fishing and you want to have a day off, the best excuse I ever heard was that my front door had fallen off. So you can't go to work, can you, because your front door's off. You've got to wait until you get a carpenter or something to fix it, so you could be there all day. Luke Harvey says, Leon, better bait size this time of the year or stick to singles? Depends on the water temperature and how the lake's fishing, how many fish you got in it, Luke. Cuxton Brickwork Lee, out for my boys Reggie and Oliver, young carpers. Little shout out to you, Reggie and Oliver. Wayne Norris4 says, on a 48-hour session next week, being a spotter, how many would you put out to begin with, and would you top it up without catches over the 48-hour period? It all depends on the stock of the fish, Wayne. If you've got like a heavy stock and they feed well, I'd probably put 10 to 20 spots out. If it's not such a heavily stocked water and I just want to put a bit out, I'll put 3 to 5 out. Can't be Steve says, have you seen the new Bivvy Lou? They're taking the piss. Yeah, I know what you mean. Mark Dean, yeah, I did. I was called in sick, didn't I, Mark? All the time. Lloyd Simcox says, Leon, have you got a PA ticket? PA. PA, what does that stand for, Lloyd? Jamie Cole says, what sleep system or bag do you use? I use a all-in-one Fox sleep system, but I have a cover as well, a nice heavy-duty cover. No problem, Frank O'Connor. Good to see you, mate. You're right, Dominic Carter. You could take the curry away. UK Carper, good to see you, mate. Yes, he's with me tonight. Look, he's stuck in there, look. Doing what he does lovely. Sleeping. Bless him, eh? Mike Swift asks, what size spom do I use? Normally I like the big one, but well, it depends really, but the big one or the sort of medium-sized one. Shropshire Carp Squad says, have you ever fished in Shropshire, Leon? Unfortunately, no. James Bristow says, hi Leon, could you recommend a rig for PVA bags? A little short, about 5 to 6 inches, a little bit of corn on or a little boilie, and that will be braid, supple braid. Put that in your bag. Then fill your pellet or whatever up on top of it. Paul Thorogood, Leon, any idea why we don't see mint or lemon flavoured baits? No, I've no idea really, Paul. Oh, Prince Albert, Lloyd, no, I haven't got a ticket for that. They've got some lovely lakes, haven't they, Lloyd? Luke Wicks, good to see you. Tom Ashby says you should try Church Farm in Yateley, Leon. I've actually been over there, taking some pictures for one of the magazines a good few years back now, Tom. Brian Mills, yes, it's good for a first attempt, you know, sticking yourself out there when doing his first blog. You know, you want to go and look at one of the first ones I've done. You can hear me Coleman flickering away, Brad. I'll move it away a little bit. Is that better? Look at him, Mike Swift. Evening, Alex Booth. Tom Ashby, yes, that was with Ian Lewis. God, you've got a good memory, Tom. Dave Preston says, worth getting the deeper pro to find fish in the winter when the carp are not showing. Is the fish finder reliable? It is if you've got sort of depths over 5 or 6 foot, Dave. Steve Booth, good to see you. Shropshire Carp Squad, do you know why mainline makes sell in shelf life? I have no idea. Luke Wicks, what is my biggest carp? 56 pound 3 ounces. Can't be Steve says temperatures look grim next week. Yeah, probably going to be minuses, probably be frozen, probably won't be able to go, can't be? Yes, Tom, yeah, I remember it, yeah. Bob Cable says, can you only buy SSP baits online or do tackle shops stock their bait? Yes, there is various tackle shops, Bob, that stock it. If you go on their website, you should have a big list of them. No, Brad, thanks for telling me, because it will affect the it affects everyone else's viewing. Mark Dean says, we out fishing before Christmas. Not too sure yet, Mark. It'll probably be after Christmas, I reckon, mate. Probably go to either Farlow's, or we'll try and get on Thorny Weir if you fancy it, Mark. Roy Close has got some corn liquid. Can I use it in maize for added attraction? Is it CSL liquid, Roy? Corn steep liquor, or is it a corn liquid? I'm not. It might be too oily. Colin Merritt says temperature set to die from Friday. Oh, brilliant! Thanks, Colin. Andrew Crossy says, hi Leon, would bloodworm pellets work in winter? I hate to dispel the myth, Andrew, but there is no bloodworm in anyone's bloodworm pellet. I can tell you that now. So it's just a normal pellet that's got blood in it or something like that. Richie G says, Leon, I'm after one of them water temperature things you use. Where can I get one, geezer? If you message me on my Facebook page, or if you're in our closed Facebook group, do a search for it. Only takes one bite on the Facebook. Get yourself in the group, and we're always posting up loads of links, and I'll send you the link, Richie, if you message me or email me. Big shout out to Lee Bailey, another new subscriber. Thank you very much, Lee. Dominic Carter says temperatures looking half decent week before Christmas. I hope so. That's what I'll try and get out, Dominic. Justin Hugson says, who would you let catch a carp for you if your life depended on it? Great blogs. Justin, probably Mark Pitchers, I think, or maybe Kevin Hewitt. Dean Cousins, good to see you, mate. Luke Wicks, he caught a £90 mirror. Is there any new gadgets, Carpy Stevo? Oh, I don't know. Glad my video helped you, Lloyd, when you was looking at the Deeper Pro. Evening, Brian Silver. Graham Rowland, good to see you, mate. Billy Martin, good to see you. Evening, Stevo. 197 people in the house. What rig would I use for particles? All depends really, Tom. I'd probably try and match the hatch, use a bit of corn or a little chopped down boilie or something like that. A little 10 miller like I'm doing now. Bob Cable says, would you use the deeper to find fish this time of year? That's not what I use it for, but I believe you can, Bob. Luke Wicks says, are you in mania carp fishing, or do you fish for other fish? I have fished for other fish in the past, Luke, but I just tend to concentrate on carp. Hi, Lewis. Mark Dean says he went out fishing yesterday with old school angler John Pope, and they had 31 fish. Great fun. I bet it was, Mark. Derek McCall says, can you do any sort of particles the same way as you do hemp in your video? I shall be doing that's one of the next ones, a particle video, Derek, so all in hand. Roy Close says, it's a sweet corn extract. Well, then you could stick it in there, Roy. Evening, Brett Dunmo. Dave Preston says, what temperature difference do you find on the windward bank versus having the wind off your bank? It all depends how cold the wind is. It all depends, but normally on the windward bank, if it's a cold wind, probably about a degree colder. Colin Merritt says, have you noticed how more and more of the bigger names are trying to copy your format these days? Can't beat the original, is still the best. Thank you very much, Colin. Thanks for that. Appreciate that, Colin. Hi, Stuart Cox. Glad you're sitting on the toilet watching this. Luke Wicks says, have you been fishing? Where are you fishing for carp? And the month fish takes it and runs off with it. Cool, not sure what that means. Fluffy one, can't be Chris Dodd. He's in there underneath the sleeping bag. I don't think, Mike Swift Herald says, do you know if a Deeper Pro would find a rod that's gone in? I don't think it will, Mike. Leanne Grenville says, would you use 18mm boilies in the winter because everybody else is using 10mm? Yes, it could work, Leanne. I've seen people do very well on 18mm boilies in the winter. Dean Cousins, yeah, I look forward to seeing your channel, mate. Evening, Lee Price. Gary Huntershill says, hi mate, any news on your 7,500 subscriber giveaway? I think it was going to be 10,000, Gary, but I will be giving a subscriber giveaway on the 23rd of December. I'll be giving away loads of stuff. I'll be putting out a video, I think either Thursday or Sunday, about what you have to do to be in with a chance of winning the prizes. Yorkshire Tea's the best, Steve Booth, most definitely. Here's an interesting question from Roy Close. He's wondering if fishing licences will go up in April. I reckon they will do, Roy. What do you guys reckon? He is the most spoilt carp dog in England, Carpy Chris Dodds says. 200 people in the house tonight. Good to see you all. Press that like button, guys, if you haven't already. See if we can get those likes going up. Press the like button. Brian Mills says, top price for the Xmas giveaway is a year's subscription to Leon's channel. You don't know what's around the corner, Wayne. Stuart Cox says, when do you think the final plans for the social will be announced? I've spoken to the guy. We had the wrong dates. He gave me a date which wasn't a date he'd already booked. So, but all I can tell you, it's going to be on Sandhurst. It's going to be probably in June, probably the second week of June. It's going to be about 200 quid, and you'll get food thrown in on the Saturday night barbecue. You have myself and 2 other guys. I did try and get Mark pictures, but he sees his kids at the weekend. And we'll be going around helping you all, any questions and that, bit of a social, have a bit of fishing, you know, a bit of like a tutorial thing going on, and you know, we're up with all your carp fishing questions and everything else. So that'll be in June, and that'll be about 200 quid. I'll announce it in the new year, and I'll put it up on my website. So there you go, Stuart Cox. Martin Irwin, good to see you, mate. Shame you got to go. David Yarham, good to see you, mate. MJ Mercer says, Matilda says, isn't it cold tonight? She's not been to school this week, still a bit sick, mate. My little boy's come down with a lurgy as well. He's at home in the warm. Dean Cousin says, how many pegs on Sandhurst? There is 31, but we're only going to have 20, so everyone's got space. It's more comfortable then. So there'll be 20 spaces that will be available, and all I will ask is that you pay a deposit, and then pay the remainder. I think it's 2 to 3 weeks before. Morgan Evans, good to see you. Well, I will do, Ian Smith. Jake Douglas says, when you planning on getting their follows? Probably be the new year, Jake. Storm Caroline, I think it's meant to be tomorrow night or Thursday. It's meant to be 80-mile-an-hour winds. I should be at home working then. Darren Sighty says, if we're not fishing, that can we turn up to say hi? The rules of the lake are only if you're fishing, because it's all codes. There's all codes on the gates. And there'll be bailiffs there as well. Bob Cable says, are you at the Brentwood of Five Lakes Carp Show? I should be at the Brentwood show, Bob. I should be on the Summit Tackle stand helping them guys out. Dean Price says, hi Leon, great blog mate. Leon, what's your favourite method in the winter? It really does depend on how the fish are feeding. I like pop-ups in the winter. I normally have 2 on pop-ups, 1 on a bottom bait. But it really does depend on the lake and what's in there and how they're feeding. Yeah, you will, Dominic. You'll take your clothes off to win prizes. Dean Cousin says, sounds good for the social, and he's going to start saving. Sean Saunders, good to see you, mate. I'm not still fishing singles, Stuart Cox asks. I've got 3 single little 10mm pop-ups with a maggot cluster on top, and I've got a spray of about 40 10mm baits. Steve Booth says, Luke, can I have them tickets? James Madrick says, evening Mr. B, loving the vlogs, keep them coming. Good to see you in here, James, as well. Sep H UK, don't you ever fish zigs in winter, Leon? Yes, I do. If I'm fishing a lake which is over about 7 or 8 foot, I will fish zigs, because I think that's probably one of the best ways of fishing and catching regularly in the winter, especially when you've got high pressure days as well. Camera can't be good, see? Good to see you. What's my Facebook page? Michael Swinger. If you go to Leon BARTROPP Carper, you'll find it. Morgan Evans says, are you on the all-season System X at the moment, Leon? Yes, I am, Morgan. And what I'm doing is I'm either giving them a little glug of hemp oil and the beta stim, and then I'm putting the liver powder and a little bit of green lip mussel in the bag and getting them all sexed up. In fact, I'll show you some. Look. These are the baits. Let me show you what they come out like. Look. That has got loads of liver around it. If I try and get the light on. Don't know if you can see them, guys. Look. Loads of liver. It's been glugged. Little 10mm baits. There you go. It's gone from a creamy colour to a dark colour with lots of liver and green lip mussel around them. Let's see if I can show you. Let me see if I can I'm going to try and show you them properly. Don't know if you can see them properly there, guys. It's all a bit blurry, but there they are, look. Well, I hope you could see them, but I doubt it. I think there's a little bit of content. I think it's just the light, you see, unfortunately. Yes, Morgan, get on that liver powder. Glug your boilies up first. Let it soak in either hemp oil or the beta stim. Let it soak it in. Then give them a light dusting. Mix them round in a bag. William Taburn, good to see you. Evening, Leon. How's it looking tonight? The wind's blowing into me, so it's a little bit cold tonight. John Tinsey says, hi Leon, do you use wafters much? I don't really, John. I don't really use wafters. You've just been invaded by aliens, yeah. Yeah, I did try and show you, but it's obviously in the dark and everything else, Dominic. But yeah, guys, if you want to see how I do the winter baits with the powders and the liquids on my channel, look for winter edges, carp fishing winter edges boilies, and there's a rundown there. It's about a 5-minute video. I'll show you exactly what to do. Gildress says, how many days before fishing you prepare your bait? Probably 2 days, Gildress. Justin Hooson asked, what flavour vape you on? I'm on menthol. Be interested to see how many of you guys actually vape as well when you're fishing. How many of you vape on the old crack pipe? How many of you vape when you're fishing? Evening, Steph. Crab and mussel, Paul Farragut, yeah. Happy Christmas, David Smith. Ian Smith, what's the best gadget you own, Leon, for your fishing? Mrs. B is the best gadget I own. Luke Wicks says, have you been to the Big One show? Yes, and I shall be there again this year. So if anyone's going to the Big One, come and say hello. Happy Vapor says, do you think pop-ups react differently in 30+ foot of water? Was thinking of overweighting them. I think that pressure pushes them down and they're not pop-ups anymore, more like wafters. Happy Vapor. Luke Harvey Fishing says, Leon, if you had one bait to use all year round, what would it be? Probably tigers. Stuart Cox, yeah, go and do your crimbo tree, mate. Grooving Cats, when you glug in and soak your boilies, are the boilies non-scented before? No, they will be whatever, whichever bait companies that you're using, you still do the same. Dean Woolard says, what are your plans fishing next spring, summer, Leon? Next summer I'm probably going to be on the Alien Lake, or the spring on the Alien Lake, and I'll be fishing up the North Lake, not the North Lake, but that lake in Peterborough. I'll be up there in the summer as well. Hi, Damage Report, good to see you. Good to meet you the other day at Sandhurst. Lee Greenhill says, do you ever do one-to-one courses? I used to, Lee, but I just don't find the time anymore. James Magritte vape, so do I vape like a crazy person, especially when I'm fishing. Michael Swinger says, I do the same with boilies, but he uses the sticky baits krill and liver powder krill powder. Yep, and it works, doesn't it, Michael? Dean Cousins got a juice. His juice in flavour is pudding. The Obsessive Carper vapes. Good, and mate, stay that way. Brett Dunmo says, no, he's never smoked. Lewis Carver says, where are you at tonight, mate? And good luck. I am at the Park Lake tonight. Hannes, he takes his hooker. Nice. Bailey's Irish Cream, Kevin Kelly says to glug your single up baits in. Yep, it's got a right high content of alcohol in there. They like that. iCatch says, it's been off the snout 2.5 years. Vaping got me out of trouble. I can vouch for that. Hi Dingle, hope you're well. He loves his vape, so do I. The only thing is you put on lots of weight, didn't you? Good to see you, Philip Grimshaw. Dean Reeves says, evening Leon, how's your session going? Not too bad so far. Packing up in the morning. Lewis Carper, the big one, is at over on the west side of London, I think. I can't remember exactly where it is. Tommy Bryce said, when's the next big carp shows? I believe the Brentwood show in January. End of January is the next one, and I shall be there as well. Luke Wick, yeah, I've been to Centre Parks, Eldon Forest. I'll give a little shout out to Madison Edney. Little shout out to you, sitting there with her dad, Richard Edney, watching the show tonight. Good to have you guys, and everyone else, appreciate you all coming here. 215 people in the house tonight. Luke Worman says, chicken phone cases coming soon. Yes, I've got black chicken phone cases which I will be putting up in the next week. All different colours for iPhone, Samsung, lots of different ones. The Spoon of Death. The Spoon of Death, look. That's a proper Spoon of Death as well. So it looks like the Friday Night Carper says, any chance we can have a look at the rig you're using? Not unless I reel it in. But I'm using a little combi rig. I'm gonna do a whole video on the combi rig that I use very soon. So don't worry, you'll get to see it all. MJ Murby, pleasure to say hello to you, mate, the Northwest Angling Show. Cy Potter says, what line are you using for the winter? The same line I've been using for most of the year, the Garda GT HD. Yeah, good to see you, Damage Report Sanders the other day. Farnborough, that's where the big one is. Mango and Berry Vape for Sean Saunders. Luke Wormington says, when will the phone cases be coming out? Should be next week. Yeah, I missed the fags as well, but it's definitely vaping his way forward. Lewis Carver says, when's your favourite time of the year to fish? Now. I love the winter. Oh, GWL78 says he caught a nice 27 pound common last winter on a 2 foot zig. It has, Richard Edney said. My spoon's definitely died of death. That spoon is so right, Neil Reader. Not so wrong. Gildress, my little boy would get bored as well when the iPad battery dies. Camo Carpy Kutsi says, is the GTHD still casting well, mate, or have you noticed it's slowing the cast yet with dirt build-up? I'm actually going to have to change it soon, because it's had such a workout this spring and summer and early winter that it's just, I've just worn it out. You know, I always change my line about every 9 months to a year anyway, so I should be changing that. Barry Swift says, plain zig foam or flavoured? I go for plain zig foam, I don't flavour mine up. Stephen Perry says, evening Leon, where are you tonight? I'm on the Park Lake tonight, Stephen. Brian Mills says he uses braid and fluorocarbon mostly, but has used Amnesia in the past. I use, for my combi rig, I use Amnesia £25, and I use like a black braid, like the Gardner one. There's a couple of other different ones, nice soft braid that I use for the hook section. I use a back-to-back grinner, Brian Mills, rather than all bright knot. Lewis Carper says, what rods and reels do I use? I've got the old line carp rods, and I've got my original SS3000 reels. Never fished anywhere in Lincolnshire, I'm afraid, Lee Greenhill asks. Steve Booth says, is the 15-pound mono strong enough? More than strong enough, Steve. Yep, Dominic Carter, Amnesia's good and cheap to the boat. Yep, it's cheap. I think it's about £8 and it'll last you forever. Philip Grimshaw says he gave a vaping 3 months ago. Belly is bigger than ever. Same as me, mate. I've got to go on a diet. Session's going good, Ben. Gillmaster asked, no fish yet, but going well. Tommy Duke, evening Leon, any joy, mate? No, nothing yet. We've got 224 people in here. If you haven't pressed that like button, guys, press that like button. Share the love. I've never had a snow carp. Relax and ask. iCatch says, best place to get the merino wool layers from, eBay, Amazon. If you message me on Facebook, Leon Bartrop Carper, or send me an email to leon@leoncarper.com, I'll send you the link so you can go and get them. iCatch. MJ Moore, I'm looking forward to saying hello to you at the Northwest show as well. Cy Potter says, am I fishing over Crimbo? No, family time for me over Christmas. Hopefully around about the new year I might get out. Luke Wick says, have you been to St Maid in Bishopsthorpe with the fishing? No, I haven't. Dominic Carter asked, has the carp dog been out in his coat this trip? No, he hasn't been out in it yet because it's not cold enough for him yet. Best winter coat has got to be me SJ9 from Fortis. Craig Sawyer says, how often do you change your main line? Well, it depends if it gets really messed up, but normally about 9 months to a year because I'm a tight sod. Mike Swift says, this weekend is supposed to be snowing. Oh, I hope not. Evening Del the Angler, good to see you. Hannes Vermack says, what hook size do you use on your rigs? Depends. I like big hooks as a rule. I don't really use anything under a size 5. Normally size 4 for everything. Yes, Colin Osborne, it says, only a matter of time before a live take. Remember we did, I think it was the very first live stream we done from the Peterborough Lake. We actually had a bite live on camera on the Zigs, if you remember. Colgy says, Leon, if you could have a piece of tackle in your Christmas stocking, what would it be? Oh, blimey. Oh, I don't know, really. I'm not really much of a tackle tart. What would I want? Don't know. Not really too sure. Good question though. GWL78 says, do you think moon phases really have an impact on the fishing? I've seen it on some lakes, it does. They like a full moon or a new moon. Other lakes it just doesn't matter, they just come out when they can. Lucas Wilder says he's out Boxing Day with his new Nash pursuits, 12 foot 3 1/4. They need breaking in, definitely. I hope be lucky, Lucas, and let us know if you catch one. Paul Morris says, evening Leon, when you're using your amnesia D-rigs with double baits, are they balanced out as it looks like it would loop up? No, they're not balanced out. They're both two bottom baits, simple as that. I want them to be as heavy as possible, so when it sucks it in, it drops right down and the hook remains in the mouth. Yes, Paul Butterworth, it's good to see Chili back on the bank after his operation. Bob Cable says, what do you use for a main line when using fluorocarbon leader? My GT HD, £15. Big hooks rule, most definitely, Graham. I can't be doing these little size 14s and 10s. Mike Rose says, anyone recommend a rig that uses uncoated braid? Here you go, guys. Give Mike one of your recommendations. Darren Sight says, is there anywhere we can see that live bite? If you go into my YouTube channel, there's a playlist on there which I think is carp fishing tips and techniques, and it'll probably be the first or second video on there. It's a live video. Mike Swift says, Mrs. B in her stockings. UK Carpet says, did you see a difference when you went over to the vape, Leon? Yes, I feel a lot better than smoking. I miss having a fag, don't get me wrong, but I feel a lot better. I sleep better, I don't get as many headaches. Philip Grimshaw says, which rig do you rate the most, stiff-ins or multi-rig? I rate both of them. I've caught loads of fish on both of them. It just depends, one, how I'm feeling, and two, the type of lake and lake bottom I'm fishing over, and whether I can use leaders or if I can use helicopter rigs or not. As a guy, what size SJ9 do you wear? Oh, I'll have a look, because I've got it here, look. I couldn't even tell you what size it is. I think it is a, oh, don't know, I can't tell. I think it's an XL, I'm not too sure. Raymond Ellis, good to see you. No problem, UK Carper. Well guys, don't forget, if your missus is going to get you one of these black chicken hoodies, you've got to order before the 14th of December on my website, www.leoncarper.com, and then you will guarantee get delivery before Christmas. So I've seen a few Mrs. names on there, so you might be lucky and get one. And don't forget guys, the 23rd of December, I'm going to be doing my 1 million watch time minutes giveaway, special Christmas giveaway on that live feed, Saturday the 23rd of December, and I will be picking randomly about 10 to 15 winners of different bits of kit and lots of stuff. But you have to be a subscriber. I know most of you guys are, but if you're not a subscriber, you must be a subscriber, or the bit of computer software I use won't pick you out, because you have to be a subscriber. Dominic Carter, yeah. Terry's latest video, Mr. Fox, is a brilliant video. Well, Brian, it doesn't matter. Doesn't mean you can't win, because all you got to do is be a subscriber. So you still might win. You just have to watch it in playback to see if you are winning. Terry Brown, yep, he's going to introduce his 5-year-old son into fishing via the silvers first, or straight in the bad boys. No, go with the silvers first. Get him used to using that rod, that little pole, you know, and learning his little bit of a trade. You can win on catch up, Paul Jarvis, definitely. All you've got to be is a subscriber, and everybody who is a subscriber is in with a chance. Steve Booth says, can he use crab and krill boilies topped off with a fake pop-up corn? Of course you can, Steve. Just got to have the confidence to use them. Nick Minter says, hope to watch that, but 23rd is a Mrs. is the missus' birthday. Don't worry, Nick. If you randomly get picked, just watch it on playback and you'll be able to see it. I know you're always working, Brian Mills, aren't you? Dancehall Fanatic says, where are you at right now? I am at the Park Lake. Dean Reevy says, how did Sanders go? I only spent one night there, but it looked really dead, and I came here straight afterwards. Tim Carter says, hi mate, what's the best distance casting line you've used? Oh, blimey. I don't really do distance casting, Tim. It's not my thing. I like fishing up to about 80 yards maximum. Brian Mills says, if I do anything, I bet it's a used boiler. I have to put that one down as the booby prize for you then, Brian. A used boiler. No problem, Dancehall Fanatic. Darren Sighting's got to go feed the dogs. Well, thanks for having you here for your time. Anyway, Darren, see you soon. I believe that jumper that Terry's wearing, Old Friends of Mr. Fox, is on sale. I believe it is, Mike. Old school. I've never fly fished for carp off the surface, Steve Fox asks. Matthew Randall says, what time will you be live on the 23rd? Always 7 o'clock. So I think it's a Saturday, isn't it? I will be in at 7 o'clock Saturday from the office, and I will randomly pick probably 10 to 15 people to win lots of hoodies and mugs, just like this one. You know, lots of different things. Adam Sutton says, looking to get a nice camera, probably DSLR for so good self-takes. Any recommendation? A good one, flip seem to be good. Get yourself a 700D or a 750D Canon. As a flip screen, I use the 700 for self-takes, and the 70D I do for the video work. No problem, Matthew Randall. Brian Davis, Farlows. Hopefully I'm going to get the Farlows just after Christmas sometimes, after the New Year. Sean Castle caught a 21 pound carp fly fishing back in the late 80s. God, that did that fish go? I bet it did, Sean, especially on fly fishing tackle. I bet that was a fight and a half. Steve Booth said, would you ever fish off the top with dog biscuits? Yes, Steve, I would. I tend to use little bits of foam or 10mm boilies. I found work really well. Paul Morris says, the alien lake you fish in the spring, Leon, is it the one of the Wingham's pits? Yes, it's the one where the 83 pounder was caught, Paul. The Friday Night Carpet says, when's this show? It's going to be about June next year, and it's going to be at Sandhurst Lake, I believe. Dominic, Brian's only here. He's waiting for one of them birds to come in and tap him up on the live feed, isn't he? To be sure says, in what situation would you use a bottom bait? Usually I use a bottom bait when there's no weed around. I like it on the decks, not sitting up. Steve Fox says, can recommend the 750D? Yep, definitely, it's a good camera. You'll take perfect pictures of that. Get yourself a 50mm or 24mm dedicated prime lens, and you'll take absolutely stunning shots of that. The Obsessive Carpet says, fathers have banned zigs now, Leon. Oh, that's a shame. Harry Stevens says, Leon, missed last week. Did you get a new barrow? Yes, I've got the triporter. You'll be able to see it in my next couple of vlogs that I'm doing, my winter vlogs. I'll go into it. Oi, Brian Mills. Evening, John Leyland. Hope you're well. I do know my audience, Dominic, just like everyone else knows what Brian's like. Stephen Perry, catch you later, Leon. Have to do the chores, tight line, Stephen. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate every single one of you guys coming on the live stream and watching my videos. That's why I'm doing the 1 million watch time minutes giveaway on the 23rd of December for all my subscribers. Look who's just poked his head out. Look. He's actually alive. Look at him, look. God, he actually moves. He actually got out. Oh, he only wants a drink, look. He wants a drink, then he'll be back straight in now. Oh look, Dominic, we've set Brian off now. He's off, isn't he? He's off. That's it. Bob Cable says, is 7 foot too shallow to fish zigs? No, you can fish a 5 foot zig. I like to fish over 7 foot, that's for certain. Let me just let the carp dog out. He wants to get out. Oh, you got to love him, bless him. Look, if you can see what I can see, look. Look at him, look, he's looking out to the rods. He's decided that's a bad idea to go out there in the dark. Look at him, look at him, bless him. Dominic Carter, well, it's like he drinks vodka all the time. He's Zonko all the time. Oh. Now he's playing silly buggers, look. There he goes, look, he's going, he's venturing out. Oh, not very far though, look. That's it, I'll probably lose him now. He'll probably go forever. Probably won't see him. Probably gone and won't see him again. I can hear scuttling going on, chasing around out there. Rabbits and rats, and that's it, I won't see him about 5 hours now. Bless him. Bless him. I hope so. Sean Cole says maybe Barney's sixth sense thinks he's got a run coming. Sean, I think he just needs a piss. That's what I think it is. Probably going to have a leak up against the bivvy, yeah. Yeah, he's after the run. I can hear him scuttling around out there. Chasing things. If you can hear what I could hear, he's just going backwards and forwards behind the bivvy, chasing things. Bless him. Like a crazy thing. All I can hear is vroom, vroom, vroom. Must be so many of them out there, he don't know where to turn. James Guppy says, Leon, what's your personal opinion on the Ronnie rig? Personally, I don't like it. I use a different rig, a combi rig, which I think's better. I don't like all that metal, James. No, Phil Grim, don't let him cock that leg up in your Tempest, I hope not. He'd be catching Kimberley, Dominic, yeah. Steve Booths, he's got 3 staffs. I love staffs. Martin Hewitt says, Leon, could you recommend a good sleeping bag for winter? Nash 5 season, I think it is. The Tracker 365 bag's good. The Fox 5 season's good. I believe, and I haven't seen one yet, the Gardner duvet bag's good as well. It's warm, but I don't know. I haven't actually had the experience of one yet. Paul Burstow says, do you use a shock leader on your spod rod? Yes, I do. Adam Hollins, hi Leon, I'm in the truck working. Good show again. Thanks for tuning in, Adam. Taking time out for your busy day. Raymond Ellis says, Leon, have you done a vlog on the combi? Not yet, but I will do, Raymond. Paul Morris here, he says, the guy on the carp duvet is the nuts. Oh, look, he's coming back. He's looking for something else now. He's probably looking for food on the floor. Brad 1102, what cheap beginner's bivvy would you recommend? Have a look at the TFG one, or JRC or Chubdo Advantage bivvy, I think, with an overwrap for about 200 quid, something like that. They're good ones. Oh, he will eat me boilies. He's disappeared again that way now. Lima Fisher's house fishing, any luck? Nothing yet. We got a bit of a cold wind coming in, but I feel confident. Yeah, the Cyprinus biddies are good if you're a starter and you're on a budget. The Cyprinus ones are good. Little shout out to Jamie and Tilda off the bed. Good to see you, MJ Murr. Shout out to Jamie and Matilda. Get a good night's sleep. You'll need it. Darren Pinney says, evening Leon, great blogs mate, keep it real, thanks a lot, really appreciate the kind comments guys. Oh, he's back. Now he's eating, and next thing he's going to do, he's going to get in here and go to sleep. Yep, Luke Harvey says the Fox Royale is a good bivvy. He owns ones and they're a fair price. Yeah, I agree with that. JRC are good, yeah. Ever the company man, Matthew Randall says Advanta do some good bivvies at good prices. Yeah, that's Angling Direct's own brand. Their bivvies are pretty good as well. No problem, MJ Moore. Wayne RS4 said, RS4, I love this question, a bit random, but have you ever had a paranormal experience while on the bank? Yes, I have. I was fishing a lake called Calder Lake in the Colne Valley many winters ago, about 15 winters ago, and the lake was dug over a cemetery or something like that, and I actually saw a ghost walk past me. Behind, I looked down the thing and there was a ghost. It was an old man in a big old hat and a big long coat, and it was yeah, a little bit weird to say the least, and I was the only one on the lake. Simon Walker, thanks for popping in. Lee Grinnell says awesome vlogs and videos, Leo, keep up the good work. Thanks for the really kind remarks, Lee, and feedback. I know Darren Green, he's finally out, the carp dog's out of the bed. He's eating or pissing or chasing things around. There you go, another vote for Paul Jarvis for the TFG lockdown. Dragon Carp, yeah, they do some cheap bivvies. John Boyd says, hi Leon, great blogs, keep it up mate. Thanks John for the kind words, really appreciate all you guys. Andrew Crossy says, thanks Leon, I chucked that sack of bloodworm pellets in the bin. Know what, there ain't any bloodworm in them. No, you still use them, but I'm telling you now, there's not been a pellet made that's got bloodworm in it. Yeah, Luke Harvey says, fishing about me ghost story. Leon had a joint that day, boys. Yeah, I wish I had. Yes, Colin Marriott, it's definitely a ghost of Redmere. Wayne Pettigrew, the peaky carpers. Good to see you on here, Wayne. Good to meet you at the show as well. It was Danny from Calder trying to scare me, probably, yeah. Ah, Andrew Leishman says, you never got around to tell us how you met Charles Bronson. Unfortunately, I'm never going to be able to tell you how I met Charles Bronson, unfortunately, Andrew, but that's another story for another day and not for public consumption, because some of us have signed the Official Secrets Act. That might give you a clue. Michael McGuigan says, hi Leon, ever used betaine powder as a coating on your bait in winter? I've used a liquid. If you look at the beta stim or HCI betaine liquid which is around, it's exactly the same thing. Big hat and coat, you sure it wasn't a carp catcher? Mount Cliff says it might have been. Right guys, we're almost coming up to an hour, and I'm going to get back to me fishing. I'm going to get the kettle on. I'm going to have another cup of Yorkshire tea. And, well, and that's going to be about it, I think. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't come into our closed Facebook group, do a search on It Only Takes One Bite, all one word in Facebook, and get yourself in there. If you're after some of these black chicken hoodies in all different colours and bobble hats and mugs just like this one, check them out on my website www.leoncarper.com. and don't forget, you've got to be a subscriber to be with a chance of the 1 million watch time minutes giveaway on the 23rd of December. So on that note guys, him and me are going to bid you a farewell and a good night and a good Tuesday night, and I'll see you Saturday for the live feed. Thanks for tuning in guys. Me and the Carp Dog, we appreciate every single one of you taking up your time to give up your time to watch our videos and come in on the live feed. See you soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate every single one of you.